All right, hello, my name is Mr. Wise Guy. Welcome to my microscopic channel of 103 subscribers. We're gonna be watching, it's a heated debate panel, derails into heated personal insults, FT ABBA, whatever that means. This is a Destiny video, it's like 3 hours long, so wish me luck in this massive endeavor. All right, so just for some backstory before we get into it, we got Destiny, he's the blue-haired guy. We got ABBA, he's another dark guy. We got Annalicia. Well, all of them are technically black except for Destiny. And the only reason that's important is because everyone's talking about the black community in this video. Those are like the three main characters. We also have Tree. I don't know her real name, but they call her Tree in the video. She's gonna be an interesting character. And we also have Fanatic, this dude. So yeah. Oh, and I also like to play video games, so not sure what game I'm gonna be playing because this is only the intro. And I guess you can also bash me on the games that I like to play in the comments below. Oh yeah, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Comments are great too. Also, the video that I'm watching was posted 9 months ago, so you can take that with any grains of salt. So enjoy this very short clip.
Okay, so like if you could quantify it, well, how would you quantify that?
As in how many black men are involved in the lives of the black patients I see?
Right.
I would say heavy majority. Honestly, even from last week, I can think about the last few months that I've been practicing. It's honestly been a few. Of course, again, it's anecdote, but the past few patients I've seen, the mothers actually weren't involved in the life of the black child, and I think Lav kind of touched on it before, saying that, it's privilege because, if they're able to go to psychiatry and get their children help, then that must mean that there's some kind of privilege there. But a lot of these black patients don't come in and say, hey, my child is depressed. As we know, there's a big issue with mental health in the black community.
Right.
But they don't come in and say, hey, my child.
Yeah, she's right. It's because I guess I could say we see it as a sign as a sign of weakness, or at least I think that's the general take on most of the community. I think most of the of our community takes it as a sign of weakness. That's why we don't call it. We don't say that we're coming in for like mental health or issues or anything like that.
My child is anxious. My child is depressed. They don't say that. They come in and say, "Hey, my child has behavioral problems.
Behavioral
problems is driving me nuts. My child is not behaving at home or in school. What can I do?" It's not coming in on the point of view of how can I get my child help for being depressed or angry. It's how can I make my child not have an outburst and cause trouble or not perform well in school. So
90% of that is because parents just don't know how to parent. They have kids and expect it to be easy. Okay, well, I don't think parents expect parenting to be easy. It's just that I feel like most parents don't know how to parent, and that's why people like it's a whole stereotype that the teen years are like so difficult because you gotta like develop. You can't. There's a lot of things that people just do when their kids are very, very young that makes them in their teen years as hard as possible, like super ultra difficult to deal with them. So if you are a good parent in the beginning, the kids will be much easier to handle later on in life. But if you were like a lazy parent, I would call them a lazy parent. Like you don't really pay too much attention to your kids. You will always make up excuses on why we can't do certain things and not really give them a legit answer for stuff. They can see that. Like they may not know things, but they can obviously see when. If they find out that you're a hypocrite in certain things, they'll probably end up presenting you and like, well, she said that you can't do this, and then I see her doing that exact same thing, or him doing the exact same thing after saying that I couldn't do it, and never gave them an explanation why. Like if you don't know how to explain things to your kids, and you just say don't do it just because I say so, don't expect the teen years to be easy. Because they're gonna start telling you, "I want to do this because I say so." Like, it's like, and then you're like, "Oh, don't tell me how to parent." Well, that's why your kids are so difficult in the teen years, because not that one specific thing, but that's definitely one of the things that will make parenting later on very difficult. So, yep. I don't have kids, so I guess take whatever I just said with a grain of salt, but whatever. You guys do you. I know that my kids are not going to be super difficult to handle because I'll actually pay attention to them, not neglect them like lots of parents do.
It doesn't come from.
Oh, but they have to go to school. Oh, even though they don't want to. You can homeschool. If they don't want to go to school, you homeschool them. Oh, but... And then basically my point is dropping your kids off to school when they don't want to is neglecting your kids. So many different things you can do for parenting to not neglect your kids. Obviously, if kids like going to school, let them go to school. But if they don't want to, forcing them is that's psychologically in their head, they're gonna think that you're neglecting them. Whether you think, well, doesn't matter what your reasoning is. In their head, you're putting them away because they don't know why, because you don't like them or something. Oh, because it's an education. What do the kid care? The kid cares about the mom or the dad. They want to be with the mom and dad. They don't want to leave. But yeah, I'm gonna stop opining on this now.
That point of view of getting them help emotionally.
Okay, so I think to Lav's point, I don't think that she's necessarily well, she did say it, but maybe what she was inferring is that maybe it's not niche, but we do know that overwhelmingly Black people collectively are underrepresented in mental health, full stop. So there is a privilege, and it has a lot to do with access. It has a lot to do with cultural norms. It has a lot to do with cultural perception. So this is a fact.
Well, yeah.
Access. All right, for mental health specifically, fine. I'll give that to them. But there's one thing that the Black community has an overrepresentation of access to, and it's called Planned Parenthood.
Yes, that is a fact, but I do.
And you know exactly where I'm going with that.
The company I work for is specifically trying to help those underserved people get access to.
That's fine, and and you guys may be championing that, and that's fine. No, it is a privilege. First of all, I don't want I understand that the demographic that you are serving
it's a privilege to go out and seek for healthcare. That's how you know that you guys are how much they think about their community. Anna thinks her community is so low that just seeking help for their kids is a privilege. And I'm like, why? I don't give myself that standard. What? What type of I forget what it was called, low expectations or something like that. The sin of low. I think it's the sin of low expectations or what? That's just kind of messed up. I forget what it was called. Something of low expectations, and that's just sad, honestly. Just really sad.
The service users that you are serving, I understand you may not see, but I am telling you that it is absolutely a privilege to have
not in the way that you're saying that it is.
Yeah, it's also a privilege to be fat and homeless too. That's a privilege too, apparently. I guess if you're comparing it to third world countries where middle class means that you're barely starving to death and not actually dying from starvation. But whatever.
I'm not contesting.
The low expectations is just so bad. So bad.
Even think that that's an option. It's not a privilege in the way where it's we're talking about white privilege, you have it better off. It's not Oppression Olympics. It's
I'm not saying that.
The Oppression Olympics.
That a domestic abuse victim is privileged by having access to a shelter.
Well, that's
right. Yeah, exactly.
Wait, sorry, what?
I don't know what you just said. That Black Americans having.
How do you
Anna?
Jesus.
Hold on, wait. Let me step in. Hold on, because this is a really dumb point to argue for. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, AGB's argument. AGB, what was your name?
You can call me Jay.
Jay. Okay. What Jay's argument is Jay is saying, hey, I am serving an underserved community, so they are socioeconomically disadvantaged, and the majority of the people that I see have fathers that are active in their children's lives. What Anna is saying in response is that that's great, even if you're socioeconomically underserved, though, there's still a massive selection bias, and that the types of Black families that would even think to take their children to some sort of performance counselor or whatever is probably going to select for the best off Black families, even in an underserved community. That's Anna's response.
I think that you guys are just justifying a bar that is extremely low, and still, even as much as you guys want to champion like Kalukale, this moment, this whatever reality you're trying to create, the bar is set extremely low, and that is why the outcomes are extremely poor, and that is why
that's an entirely separate point. Then
yeah, but weren't you just trying to say that low expectation is like? Wait a second. Yeah, but you were doing this. You were literally doing the same thing. All right, so you made it to the end. Yeah, my name is Mr. WhyzGuy. Remember to do what's on screen. Leave a comment, especially leaving a comment. I don't care if you sub or subscribe. No, I don't care about that. Just leave a comment on the bottom because I want to know what you guys think about this. And yeah, this is an automated system, so I have no idea what the title of this video is. So yeah, just leave a comment. We talked a lot about the Black community in this podcast. Let me know if I should like stream these, like the entire thing, because like I do play games, and I don't mind streaming, playing games, and watching this exact same time, and then clipping everything out afterwards. Like that would be really cool. So yeah, let me know, like, because like I would actually enjoy that a lot. Thanks for watching, and I'm glad you enjoyed this very short clip.